Hey guys, it's Lisa from Arcane and Stellar, and today we've got a new setup and we've got a reading. So yeah, this is a new setup. I think that it's an improvement on the previous one just because I'm going to be closer to the microphone, so you guys should be able to hear me better, and I think you'll be able to see the cards better as well this way. So yeah, if you like it, let me know. If you think it's better than the previous way, or maybe you prefer the previous way that I was set up. So the reading for today is what blessings are coming in your life soon, or what's coming in your life soon, like good things, the positive, what positive changes are going to come your way, you know. So we've got 5 piles here, and pile number 1 has amethyst. Pile number 2 has the red agate. Pile number 3 has rose quartz, one of my favorites. Pile number 4 has aventurine. And pile number 5 has like one of my really favorite stones is the tree agate. Okay, so guys, you can use whatever methods you like. If you use like a pendulum, that's what I like to use. But you can also go off your intuition or gut instinct. And just remember that not all of the messages may resonate with everyone. I think generally these ones should be, I'm not going to get too specific. I'm going to kind of keep it a bit broad for this particular reading. But yeah, just remember that, these are general messages and they may not always resonate 100%, especially with little facts that I throw in there based off of my gut feeling. They may be, confirmation for one person and not another. So go ahead and pick a pile, and you can pause here, and the timestamps will be down below in the description box as well as the comments. And yeah, thank you guys, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Hey pile number 1. So if you've chosen pile number 1, which is this beautiful amethyst here, this is your reading. So what kind of blessings are coming to you? Woo-hoo-hoo. What kind of good positive changes? Well, you've got the Ace of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Emperor, and the King of Wands. So with the Ace of Cups here, this is definitely a promise of some kind of new beginning, emotionally, so emotional new beginning, where you're going to really feel like everything's just overflowing with emotion. With the Three of Cups, we have like a celebration, or hanging out with your friends, enjoying yourself, and having a good time. And with the Emperor, we have, that's like a card of leadership, right? Being a leader, being the, king of your castle, or the queen of your castle, I guess you could say. And then we have the King of Wands. So it's now, we do have, I took some tea cards here for this. And the first one I want to look at is Barrel. So it's like, the Barrel card talks about, well, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. So it does talk about lack in your life, right? But I don't think that's coming towards you. I think that's going to be what's going out of the window, right? So I think that you guys can say goodbye to some of those feelings of lack in your life, wherever that may be. This is a general reading, so I'm going to give a few scenarios here that I feel are relevant to whoever's watching, and you can take from that what you will. So we have dog barking, advice from a friend, horse, short journey, dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you, mountain road, you're on the road to success, and love. I have just a strong feeling that many of you may have a distant friend in your life that, isn't maybe too far away, but may invite you to come see them, and it will require a short journey. And I do feel like if that is the case, there could be some kind of love connection between the two of you. And so that might be the blessing, that you might hear something you've been wanting to hear. Maybe you have a friend that you really like and you're hoping it can go a step further. I think that could come true for you guys, if that's relevant to you and that you recognize this. It also could be that you have a friend in your life who has somebody in mind for you, right? They might have someone that they know that they want to hook you up with, and you know what I mean? And then you could find love through this. And if that is the case, the King of Wands could describe that person. If you're a female anyways and you're interested in men. But also otherwise, the King of Wands is a very, well, it could be with the Emperor and the King of Wands here, if that is the case, it would be somebody who's very, goal-driven, passionate. Could be a fire sign. Aries is in the Emperor and the King of Wands. Those are fire. That's a fire sign card. But definitely would be very passionate, career-driven, goal-driven person. And I definitely feel like you guys would have a great time together. So it could be even like that. Maybe you get invited onto like a group outing. That's a little bit of a journey. Like maybe in the next town over, or 2 hours away or something. And that can really bring you to find some kind of love connection. And yeah, the advice from a friend. They'll be like, you should check this person out. It could be that they hook you up. And you're on the road to success with the journey, short journey. So that journey is going to bring you to some success. So you have that opportunity. So that's a good thing coming to you. As well, though, if you're like, that doesn't really resonate, I don't really need anybody in my love life, I'm already, in a relationship or whatnot. I do think that this pile could speak to a job opportunity that could come through a friend. And it could be a job that might be a little bit out of town, right? So, and it could be like a leadership role. It could be where you feel, like a management type of position, or a position at least that will give you an up on where you've already been. So it'd be an advancement of some kind, where you could really put your enthusiasm into and really be excited about with the King of Wands. And you'd want to celebrate with your friends. So, because you got this job, it would really be emotionally fulfilling. Like, it would be a job that was emotionally fulfilling to you in some way and really advanced you in some way. So honestly, that's what I see for you, pile number one. It's going to be either, if it's in the realm of love, and love, it doesn't have to be that you're going to find a lover. That's one of the things I think could happen for many of you. But for others, it could just be like finding a job you love. You know what I mean? Love can go a lot of different ways. And it could be that for some of you, you just simply are going to meet up with a friend that's far away. They're going to be like, I'm not too far from you, and I'm going to be in town, like in so-and-so town. Why don't you come see me? Could be that type of thing. And they might have some advice for you that's valuable. Maybe not related to your career. It just could be for something else. But yeah, that's what I see. Definitely some kind of friend involved here that's going to give you some advice that will lead you to something greater. And as well, like a friend, that may require like a little bit of a journey to see. It won't be someone that's next door, for instance. It's going to be someone out of town, but not too far of a journey. This is a short journey, so I don't think you'll be going like to another country or anything like that, or too far away, or clear across the country. It's going to be something a little bit shorter than that. But anyways, pile number one, that's what I see. If you like this reading, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below, and you can like and subscribe for more videos. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'm almost there. Yay! Okay, take care, guys. Hey, pile number two. So if you've chosen the red agate, this is your reading. So, what blessings are coming to you? We've got the 5 of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. And then for the T cards, we have Career, Eagle, Rooster, Needle and Thread, Boat, and Broken Bridge. So first of all, I want to look at this 5 of Pentacles and Broken Bridge. Broken Bridge says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. And then we have 5 of Pentacles, which is quite a sad card. They're outside, it's cold, it's snowing, and, they're just in a bad spot. And this card does often represent sad times where you're just feeling kind of like either left out in some way or lacking, or it could be even financially lacking, right? And I feel that many of you might have been dealing with this type of energy in life. We do have Rooster, so it says an arrogant, boastful person you should never cross. You may have been dealing with somebody who was just a plain asshole, you know what I mean? That just was been screwing with you in some way, just bothering you. And I do see that this is going to change. Could be even, not them so much messing with you as much as it was, just like things just weren't going your way. Any outcomes, like, or tries that you were trying to do just weren't successful. But you have the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups talks about choices, right? He's got 7 cups in front of him, all with different things. And so, with the Seven of Cups, it can be a card of indecision, but generally in this reading, I see it as a lot of options. You're going to have a lot of different options that are going to be open to you coming soon. And you are going to triumph over troubles and obstacles. So, you see, that's all going to be fixed. With the Four of Swords, though, it's a rest card, right? So one of the benefits that you have coming up for you is that you're going to be able to take a good rest. Like for me, I'm a teacher, so like summertime is my time for rest, right? It's when I get to like kind of have more me time. And I don't know, maybe you guys are going to have a period where you're going to have some me time, where you're going to be able to kind of rest and take in, focus on yourself and really figure out what your desires are, because we have the Ace of Wands, and you will find this desire. You're really going to give birth to some kind of new passion of some kind, and it could bring you money. We do have a lot of money. We have career, right? So you could be like, new career inspirations of some kind. You could have new creative ideas that are going to help you with your job. And then we have money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. For those of you, I do feel like saying this message, if you have been like had a problem with an inheritance of some kind, like maybe there's been some kind of battle with that, you may have felt like you got left out of it, like maybe you didn't get the inheritance. That should be clear. I'm not saying that you're going to get the inheritance, but it could be that it kind of, at least you'll feel some kind of satisfaction and like triumph in this, department. You may at least get something of an inheritance. It may not be originally what you wanted, but it's going to be something that you'll be satisfied with. If you get what I mean. Like maybe an item, at least that you wanted, or could be that you'll get some kind of justice, at least, with that. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. So definitely you kind of have some, the choices really could be that you're going to have so many options and choices. It could be that is going to be like, you felt like you didn't have a lot of options with this five of Pentacles, and now you're going to have suddenly a lot of them, and you're like, wait, what do I even do? And then you're going to take time to rest and think about it, and then make a new decision, follow a new goal. But this is going to be kind of a wish fulfillment of some sort. And I do think it has something to do with your career and finances. I really do feel like we do have all of the things, the pentacles, the cups, the swords, the wands. We do have everything, but we do have the career card here. So for many of you, I do feel as if it's going to be something career related or money related. But yeah, I think some of you definitely are going to be coming across some money. Might be a good time to play like scratch tickets. Maybe you'll get that as a wish fulfillment. But yeah, I mean, overall, I really see some good career changes coming for you guys. Some money possibly coming your way, or at least if it's an inheritance involved, it could be that you just get a satisfactory closure to it, where some kind of wish in this situation would be granted, and you'll definitely triumph over the obstacles that you were having, right? And any previous, problems that you were having that were unsuccessful, you're going to triumph over that. But yeah, that's what I see for you, pile number 2. And if you like this reading, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. You can like and subscribe if you want. We're almost to 1,000. We're getting close to 1,000. Okay, I'm like almost. It's kind of an exaggeration, but we're getting closer. And I love hearing from you guys in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Hey, pile number 3. So if you've chosen the rose quartz, these are the blessings that are coming to you. Woohoo! Yeah, so we've got some really interesting things here. So we have the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups really talks about not kind of seeing what's in front of you. Well, what's right there next to you, right? You can kind of be focusing on lack or what you don't have, kind of, rather than what you have. Like I always say, geez Louise, there's a mermaid sitting next to me, he's not even looking at her. That's kind of what I think of when I see this card. I'm like, what? There's a mermaid. Yeah, so it doesn't mean that you're being ungrateful by any means. That's not what I think this card necessarily always means. It just means that you're just focused on something a lot, and it's keeping you away from the happier things in your life. But that's about to end because we've got some great cards here. We have the Sun. The Sun is a beautiful card. It's all about happiness and, just pure happiness. And then we have the Wheel of the Year. So it's like the changing of the seasons, the wheel turns and it turns. So usually, like when you talk about the Wheel of the Year, which is like the Wheel of Fortune in classic tarot, it's about changes, right? The wheel spins and things go up and down, they fluctuate, right? So this mood's about to change, right? The Four of Cups, that energy is going to start going away, and the wheel will turn and you'll start to get in a happier place, like with this Sun, right? And you may even feel more productive with the Eight of Pentacles. It's an apprenticeship card. It's about working hard on something and really going after more material type of gains, right? Not, trying to build something for yourself. And like I said, it couldn't be an apprenticeship card, so it could be that you're starting something that you're still a bit new at. And building that like a solid foundation. We have the Tower here with solid foundation, success with effort. And that's what the Eight of Pentacles is. She's, putting a lot of effort into what she's doing, and she's giving herself a solid foundation to work with, right? It becomes before the Ten of Pentacles, which is like, like the epitome of foundation, a solid foundation. But she's still working on it, and she's sitting there, it could be nighttime. She stayed up into the night, really shining her stuff and really working on it and learning. So you'll definitely be spending some time being able to work on something that really brings you a lot of joy and happiness. You'll have that interest. So whereas you didn't have maybe an interest before in something, maybe you're feeling like you didn't know what you wanted. It could be that type of thing where you're just like, I don't know what I'm passionate about. I don't know what I want to do. But you're going to know, and you're going to really start to work towards it soon. It's really going to open up any blockages that you were having. It's going to totally open up. And we have legs, so it's like stepping into a new experience. So this might be something that's new to you. As I said, it is apprenticeship type of card, but it could be that you get a new passion. That could maybe even bring you money, right, with Pentacles. Because we do also have money will be coming to you. So this is going to definitely be some kind of new thing that you're going to be doing that could bring you money. And it's going to be something that, is a new experience. But you're going to have success with this effort that you're going to be putting into it. And great happiness as well. We have the Harp with great happiness. Now, we do have the Finger, right? So warning of a problem either now or in the near future. Well, that sounds ominous, doesn't it? But I really just think that the only thing that we have here is this Four of Cups. And I do think it's energy that you'll be moving out of. But maybe this video is just a reminder, why I pulled these cards and why you're here is just a reminder that, for this to happen, you do have to step away from this energy, right? If you are too focused on something, you really got to try to get out of it and start trying to get to that place where you can be open to receiving something better. So I think that this warning is just like a finger that tells you, hey, snap out of it. And you can really have all these great things. And, just always remember that, the tide turns. Oh my gosh, is that right? Yeah, just like the wheel turns, life goes on. These are the days of our lives. Did you ever watch that? I used to watch that soap opera when I was a kid. These are the days of our lives. Yeah, so, the wheel's going to turn and things are going to get better. So I definitely think that you guys are going to have some happy changes coming up, as long as you remember not to stay in this energy here and start looking, at the mermaid, the magical mermaid. Don't focus on what you don't have. try to create something, and it's going to come to you anyways if you do try to, as long as you put in some effort. But yeah, it's going to bring you great happiness. You're going to start building a solid foundation for yourself with a lot of, and that effort will bring you success and probably money as well. But it's going to be a new experience, which is, new experiences are always exciting, aren't they? At least to me. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. But that was you guys, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, let me know in the comments below. You can like and subscribe if you want. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'm almost there, kind of. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and take care. Hey, pile number 4. So if you've chosen the Aventurine, this is your pile. We've got the 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Chalices, the Horned God, and Harvest. So we've got the 5 of Pentacles. Actually, I think pile number 2 or 3 had the 5 of Pentacles as well. So definitely some of you have been feeling maybe a bit, out in the cold, a little bit maybe financially pressed. Maybe you're not doing that great financially. You see these pentacles are out of her, kind of above her, almost like out of her reach. But again, she's looking at her empty purse, what she doesn't have, right? It doesn't have to be money that you've been lacking. Although I do see some cards here that indicate that if that is the case, it's going to be turning around pretty soon. This 5 of Pentacles energy is very temporary, right? So it's not going to last forever. And there is a warm fire over there where she can go, and she's welcome to go, right? And so it's temporary. And you may have been feeling that. We have the 9 of Chalices, and I really like what the book says about this this particular card. It's a wish fulfillment card of sorts. And it says, usually this card appears to offer reassurance to the doubter that plans can indeed be realized and that things will work out. As such, this is a card of hope as well as success and joy. It also alerts one to a beneficial alignment of energies that can be utilized before it moves on. For energy is always in motion. And that's like one of the most important things about, energy is always in motion. Even with these readings, a prediction, it can only, you have to act upon it, right? And you have to flow with that energy. And it's always changing, everybody's energy. So, what can be true at a moment, can change easily as well. But going back to this 5 of Pentacles, though, we do have like the kangaroo. So unsettled times, need to plan ahead. So maybe you've been in some unsettled times in your life in some way. It doesn't have to be financial. Like I said, it could be, but it doesn't have to be. I do feel like for many of you, though, it probably is a financial struggle that you've been going through. We have mule. So someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Yeah, so for some of you may be dealing like that with somebody in your life. But I do feel like that for many people, it could be that you've just been like in a particular mindset that you've been trying to break out of. And it's not that you're stubborn, but it's just really difficult to change mindsets. And like with this 9 of Chalices, it's a wish fulfillment, but it's about aligning our energy with what needs to, with what we want to fulfill us, like what we want, right? And you have the ability to do that, but sometimes it's really hard to imagine anything different. I understand it myself, like with like law of attraction and stuff like that. So I do feel like that many of you are gonna really be working more on that, and it is gonna bring something to fruition for you. Like you are gonna be seeing results from this type of mindset change, right? As long as you let go of this, like, more stubborn attitude. We have the Horned God, which is, I guess, the Emperor. Wait. Holy smokes, is it the Emperor? I do know it's about leadership and authority, which I guess is what I would assume is the Emperor. Like, I totally need to look this up now. Sorry. Yeah, it's Emperor. Jeez Louise, I don't know. Sorry. I was just having a brain thing there. The Horned God is about confidence, he's the king of the forest. He's like the Horned God of the forest, and he's got all of the animals around him, and there's a lot of, he's prosperous, he's strong, he's confident, and you may be, feeling more like in that type of energy soon, like feeling way more confident and, more like on top of your game, basically, right? And harvest, it's about harvesting so all of the efforts that you have been putting into things, you're gonna see benefits from that. You're gonna kind of get that coming back to you, right? It's like kind of like a justice. Uh, what you put in, you get out. And we have money path. So a path of money is waiting for you to find it. A period of prosperity and abundance, celebration, fun, and enjoyment, and like harvest. So some of you, one of the blessings coming your way, like one of the good things that might be coming your way, is that you guys are actually just going to get invited to like a party of some kind. Could be a graduation party coming up, or it could be something that you've been putting a lot of effort into. You're going to celebrate it. And you're going to see a lot of rewards. And you may get, some prosperity and abundance from this. But for some of you, though, I do feel like it says a path with money is waiting for you to find it, is waiting for you. And so for those of you that are in a financial situation, like I said earlier, where you might be in this energy, just remember that like wish fulfillment is possible. You just have to like really, align yourself with that energy and, quit that lack mentality kind of, not to harp on you if or make it sound like, oh, you're so negative. I'm just talking in general, just that if you have been struggling with that, you can do it. You can really get out of that lack mentality and start to manifest some great stuff, confidence, and to find to find and secure your goals. But yeah, definitely, you guys, if you're gonna, for those of you that have been having that issue that I mentioned, a path of money is waiting for you to find it. And if you really do like let go of some of these negative, maybe ways of thinking, and try to really have more trust in the universe and trust in yourself, right? With the horned God, trust in yourself. He trusts in himself, and he knows he can do it. And so some of you maybe just need to tap into that energy a little bit more, and you're gonna have that harvest come to you. You're gonna reap the rewards of it, and really be able to enjoy yourself. But that's what I see for you, pile number 4. Those are some pretty good cards for you. And if you like this reading, let me know in the comments below. You can like and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hi, pile number 5. If you've chosen the tree agate, this is your reading. So what blessings or good things are coming your way? So you've got the 10 of Wands, the Queen of Chalices, the Wheel of the Year, and the King of Pentacles. So, and then we have Archway, Jug, August, Owl, Ram, and Lobster. So, okay, I see a few different things here, but I do see one really big message. The 10 of Wands talks about, a heavy workload, right? And she's almost there. She's working really hard. She's got it all on her shoulders. And the one thing about this 10 of Wands character is that it could be that you are taking on way too much load on your shoulders. It could be because you feel like, oh, I do it better, or I just know how to do it. I can get it done faster, or I need to help this person out, especially with the Queen of Chalices next to here. It could be that, you're the type to really try to help people out, because you emotionally feel like you need to. You might feel indebted to them, or like, just be a very empathetic person who just wants to help out. As long as it's not causing you, too much pain, is not a bad thing. But if that has felt like, it was kind of, okay, so we have the Ram and Lobster, a stubborn, aggressive person, and financial pinch. So some of you may feel that, like, despite all of your hard work, you're not really loving, maybe what you're doing. You might think they might be dealing with a stubborn, aggressive person, perhaps in your work. And you might be still in a financial pinch despite all the hard work that you're doing, despite all the efforts that you put in and all this hard work that you're doing. You're just not getting anywhere. And we have Owl, so good advice from a wise person. Now we have the King of Pentacles as well. And the King of Pentacles is like, the ultimate responsible dude. He's, really good with his money. He's really responsible. He takes care of things. He's just the type of wise person that you'd want to ask for advice, especially financial advice. So you may have someone that comes into your life. It could be somebody already a part of your life. It doesn't have to be, this man's quite old in this particular card. He doesn't have to be this old. It could just be somebody that maybe is a bit older, or at least mature, about life and about finances. And they may have some good advice from you. It could be like, hey, you probably are working below your rank, which can be something that a Ten of Wands person does, or doing work that's, you could qualify for something better, or you could do something better. It could be that they give you some advice about that, or they could give you some financial advice. And if they do, it's really, it's a blessing to you. It could be a blessing to you. It could really open some new opportunities for you. And we have the Wheel of the Year. So, change is going on, and up, it's a good luck card. It can be, you're going to have a lot of good luck coming up, and things are going to be changing. So if you do feel like you're in this current situation isn't good, it's going to be changing from that. And we have new opportunities, possibilities, and past opening up. So you're going to see a lot of new opportunities. In fact, this King of Pentacles might have some advice that really opens a new doorway for you. And lighthearted, carefree time. So I do feel like if you have been feeling overburdened by things, this weight that's been on your shoulders may be lifted a bit, so you can be a little bit more lighthearted and carefree. And this is definitely going to be happening by August. August could be, representative of something else. It could be your birthday, or maybe the birthday of this person. It could be connected to you guys. Maybe you'll meet him in August, or it could be a she as well. It doesn't have to be a he, but yeah, I definitely see that you're going to be, letting go of this load in some way if it is heavy for you. And maybe having a more healthier outlook on things emotionally. But yeah, the Wheel of the Year talks about good fortune and things, looking up and, change and shifting of the dynamics. And so definitely, that's what I see for you guys. It sounds like it's going to be like, or maybe you guys will be in a position of just feeling like, finally your hard work's paid off. For some of you, this could just be that really your hard work has paid off. You're finally going to reach that top, and you're going to be like, oof, yes, I've accomplished this. I've worked my butt off, and now I can sit and enjoy it, and have more time to spend on my emotional, because, she doesn't have time to worry about her emotions. She's still, on the road. This one has time to sit and think about who am I emotionally, and, work on those emotional things. So it could be, and more about, enjoy the finances, right? Because this guy's sitting enjoying, she's not. So I do feel like many of you will be able to sit down and really enjoy yourself pretty soon, and you're going to feel more abundant in your life. And this should happen by August. So, but that was my prediction for you guys, pile number 5. That's really what I see. And yeah, there could be some advice from somebody as well, like I said, that may have some good financial advice for you. That, yeah, good advice from a wise person. So yeah, and this advice is really going to help you out if you do accept it. But that's what I see for you, pile number 5. If you like this reading, you can let me know in the comments below. I like hearing about it. And if you want, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any suggestions, let me know.